Hey, y'all.
I say, are you going or not?
Hi, everybody. You can say hi. It's Thursday.
I was letting you take the lead, but you.
Hi, it's Thursday.
I was like,
I'm taking the lead today, as you just heard the lovely Jessica say. So, listen. We've been talking about fun and joy this month. We had the lovely Aaron on talking about music and joy and all that last week. And then, all kind of stuff happened over the weekend, which we will talk about. So, in light of that, it makes our topic of fun and joy seem all that much more important, I think, because you have to figure out a way to have it happen in the middle of the madness.
Craziness.
So you might be wondering, like we are, what are we going to do? What can we do? Oh, my goodness, all those things. So if you are thinking that, stick around. We have some ideas we think might help. Easy, free. Nobody's trying to spend no money. We just are trying to.
I mean, you can if you have to.
But we're just trying to keep
we want to be economically sensible in these days and times.
Trying to keep our sanity, our inside. Anyway, stick around. We're going to be talking about some practical ways to kind of keep the fun and joy going, even if it looks a little crazy everywhere you look. All right?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
For you.
Hi, I'm Pam Williams, a mother.
And I'm Jessica E. Williams, a daughter. And this is a mother and a daughter truthful chat, where we discuss our 35-year multi-layered relationship.
We've been through so many ups and downs. Not only are we family, but we're business partners in the high-stress world of event planning and production for short films.
We've also shared the same therapist for over 10 years. What some people call codependence, we call collaboration.
So join us as we share stories from our lives,
have candid conversations with other mother-daughter duos,
and shed light on the roller coaster ride of being a woman while raising a woman.
What up, people? Y'all know what time it is.
Clink, clink.
Mugs up. I was about to say my Black is Beautiful. That too, but Young, Gifted, Black and Beautiful. Thank you to Jesse P.
Support
and
Black Theater.
SBT, you know what time it is.
Thank you to Sophina Brown, Dana, all the people. We are drinking. Would you like to know what we're drinking today? Because this is a wellness thing and something I learned over the weekend.
Because Pam has the rheumatoid, and I'm sure Ellis has some things too. I don't really know.
The joints hurt every now.
The joints, and literally my thumb hurts right here. I have crappy knees. It's just a thing. So anyway, part of creating generational wellness is knowing the generational pitfalls, okay? And the joints is one of those things. So we are drinking
nettle leaf.
I'll put it in the camera.
We are drinking organic nettle leaf tea. There you go.
We are not being endorsed nor sponsored by them, by this traditional medicinals. I have 2 degrees, but you know what I mean.
Everyday wellness, joint support. It says drink this tea 3 or 4 times a day.
But we will take an affiliate link.
That's what it says on the back. Now, how did I find out about this tea? I went to visit a friend of mine who is a few years older than I am and takes absolutely no medicine of any kind whatsoever, which I find remarkable. And if you were in my age, which is she is upwards of 70, no medicine whatsoever.
As a Black woman in America, to not be taking no medications.
But she swears by the nettle leaf tea. So she gave me a few packets. I ran out. I stopped at the Ralph's today. I was like, I don't think I need to be without this for a little bit of time to see how it's going to affect my wellness. So that's just a tip for free. If you're suffering with some joint achy,
and if you're a person trying to be preventative about suffering,
trying to not suffer because your family does, generational wellness. Get you some nettle leaf tea and start drinking it 3 or 4 times a day.
Anywho, that was a sidebar and segue, but welcome to the show. If you've never been here before, get you some nettle leaf tea. Again, we will take an affiliate link from the traditional medicinals or medicinals, as I was trying to say. I'm pretty tired today, I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, this is Truthful Chats, our weekly podcast show. If you've never been here before, if you're a regular, welcome back. You know you like that.
You.
So Truthful Chats is our weekly podcast series, as I've said, under our banner of greatness, called Create Generational Wellness, which is what we're all about around here. How do you get your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and everything in between together for yourself, but also from the generation, for the generations behind you, coming up after you? How do we generationally pass down not just the bag, okay, though that's important too, the wellness, okay? So here at Create Generational Wellness, every month we have a theme, every single month. And then during our Truthful Chat podcast, we unpack the theme just a little bit. So it is still July. And
we're still trying to be joyful.
Okay. We'll get into it. It's still hot. Okay.
As Stevie Wonder
it's
was
still
saying.
very, very hot.
Hotter than
disrespectfully so. But
global warming hot.
No, global boiling. We've reached, it's now no longer warming, it's boiling, says the experts and Greta Thunberg and them. So shout out to us for not listening at the warming point. We are boiling now, which is why the weather is the way that it is. Anyway, it's July. The topic is fun, even though none of that was fun. But the topic is fun. And today's episode is fun, joy, and chaos. We could have called it joy and utter chaos. Okay. If we just do just a rundown, this is not going to be the fun part of the episode. Okay. So just go ahead.
Yeah. So it was kind of.
Well, let me stop before we even do that. First of all, I want to say,
don't get us kicked off.
I'm not going to get us kicked off.
Anything.
I'm saying Cat Williams is the prophet that ushered us into what 2024 was going to be. I didn't watch all Club Shay Shay. If I'm being honest, I don't like Shannon Sharp. I wish there was a version of Club Shay Shay that he was cut out of the episode and it was just the guest answers. It's no disrespect to that black man. He's just not my particular cup of tea. I don't wish any shade or ill will on the podcast. Y'all doing crazy numbers. That being said, Cat Williams kicked off this year and says several things that have become professorial truth. As a student of Cat Williams, I knew when he said it. I said, well, if Cat's saying it, then it must be. Okay.
What did he say?
He talked about cover the children's ears, all the big dick deviants coming to getting caught up. He said, you either on God's side or you're on the other side, and we don't care about nothing that's going on over there. He did talk about multiple people in the industry, but that's not the point. The point was he was saying that things of truth
coming to a head, coming to light.
It's going to come to a head and come to light. Okay, we've seen that on numerous fronts. If you've been in these hip hop streets, you already know what that was. An enjoyable time for those of us who are on the right side. Okay, no disrespect to the Drake fans. It just, I'm sorry, it didn't work out for you. The embassy flooded, so my favorite was the people in the comments talking about the 7 plays of Kendrick. They also said a pool full of liquor that you dive in it. It's very cruel. The internet is a cruel place. Also, have y'all played the Not Like Us game? Just go to Not Like Us. I think it's notlikeuSgame.com. So much fun. You have a bat and you just whoop the owls. I got a 21 because 21 gave you false street cred. So just play it. It's a good time. Anyway, and various and sundry things. Okay, we already know we have. Isn't Russia still at war with the Ukraine? Don't Russia still want the Ukraine back?
Who?
We ain't talking about
that's low on the totem pole compared to assassination attempts.
Sudan. I think the Sudan has been in a perpetual war for about 20 years or something. Don't nobody never talk about that. Okay, the melanated people always get forgotten because we usually are talking about more Caucasoid nations. Okay, so the Israeli-Palestinian conflicts is still doing what it's doing. They're not talking about it as much. And probably a bunch of stuff that we don't never talk about. Okay, that's happening wherever you at. Okay, and we send you prayers, love, and support for that. But if you live in the Americas, this past Saturday, I actually watched it in real time because my dad had on the MSNBC as he does every single day of his life. And he was actually asleep, because that's what old Black people do, is they turn the TV on for background noise and then they fall asleep. It's probably not just Black people, but that's why I live with. Anyway, he had those.
And I wasn't here. I was working. I was at a trade show in a convention center with little access to television and all that. And then all of a sudden.
And we had come back from a funeral. Rest in peace to Robert Richard Stevens, an amazing husband, father, brother in Christ, all the things. So continue to pray for his family, his wife, and his children. So it's just been an
his 4 children.
emotionally draining day. Okay. And then Ellis has dozed off. I don't remember what I was doing, but I walk out the room. I see a little rally going on. No disrespect, in some podunk town in Pennsylvania I never heard of. Shout out to y'all. And then all of a sudden I walk out the room and you hear the breaking news. And then I see Donald ducking. And I said, oh, somebody got at him? Mind you, I just see him ducking. I don't really see anyone else. I'm like, what's going on? I hear some pops. Sounds like firecrackers to me. All of a sudden, he grabs his ears, drops it low, picks it up slow with the Secret Service or whoever those people were. Was it just me, or they did? Okay, whatever. I'm allowed to say what my views are. Okay, didn't look official to me, but that's neither here nor there. What I will say is, them 3 women that was guarding him looked terrified for their lives, like they was never gonna see their families again, and they didn't know what was going on. Anyway, apparently he was shot. I'm gonna use the word grazed, because Ronald Wilson 666 Reagan took actual bullets. So as a student of history, this is something I've seen before. Okay. So anyway, I have compassion on the people that are no longer with us. Now, how they're saying,
I'm going to say what I want to say. Talk about it.
Because how they're saying these people departed the world is not necessarily how I think they departed the world. I'll leave it at that. Okay. But various and sundry things aside, lives were lost. And we don't like that. We feel bad about that. That's terrible, no matter what side of the issue you stand on. But again, all I'm going to say is people's lives were lost, but the way that their lives were lost seem a little 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 to me. But we'll just leave it at that. That being said, a lot of people felt a lot of ways after that. We still have a full election coming up.
We've had a convention all week.
The Democrats just look kerfuffled, like they haven't had 4 whole years. Pawpaw still needs a nap. He needs rest. This is not saying we're not gonna support the Democrats. They just need to get it. I just don't know who's in charge over there. I don't know. Did y'all have weekly meetings? Was y'all talking about stuff for the past 4 years? I just don't know what you've been doing. That's all I'm trying to say. One side looks very, very organized. Crazy,
but organized.
Completely Thanos alternative universe. If you've watched any of the RNC, the level of we get to create our own narrative, signs the facts, like the actual facts, like stuff we have on videotape, audio, things of that nature, like don't exist there. Okay, so they're really on mythical levels over there. That being said, there's just a lot of things to consider and to think about going forward, because as I've said, we don't know what the future holds. A lot of uncertainty. We said in the description box. This is one of the things we're talking about, but there's a lot of unknowns. Other outside of what's going to happen in the American season finale. It could be a series finale. We don't know. The point is the uncertainties and the unknowns be unknowning. Okay. I would urge everyone in the Americas, maybe start to plan. We got about 5 months left in the year. Just have a plan.
A, B, and C.
For
A plan, B plan, C plan.
November 5th as your first marker, and then January as your official what you finna do. Because win or lose, things will be drastically different. It's just how I feel.
As Mr. Isley would say. Oh, it's about to be some. Ain't that
shout out to him, Robert Kelly, and Shantae Morton. So what we're saying is we're not trying to be Debbie Downers or the heralds of bad news, but we are trying to be the heralds of
what you gonna do?
But also, as Spike Lee has said in many a movie, wake up! Because anything and everything is liable to happen, honey. And I don't want you to be out here just stuck in the sauce. Speaking of which, I realize I've worn this shirt multiple times. It's just Juneteenth throughout the summer. Okay, let's go with it. So just all I'm saying is
shout out to Mark Henderson for a great to Thriving and Mark Henderson.
We will take
Legacy Wealth Group. That's who you better call. Legacy Wealth Group if you're trying to get your little coins together to figure out what you need to do before the end of the year. What are your options? Mark will help you. That's all I'm saying. We need to put his thing in the description box.
And I want to say this, okay? If you are whether you have a plan to flee, stay, move, whatever, whatever. As Amanda Seals once said, everybody, all the politicians are going to look out for themselves on either side, okay? We got to look out for each other. So however the cookie crumbles in the Americas, all we got is us. As me and my sister say all the time, we all we got, okay? So find your... this ain't just for mental, emotional health. Find your actual, literal, physical tribe of people that if the rubber hits the road or the ish hit and y'all know how to maneuver next. Okay. That's just free game because
today is today.
If it go wild, you're gonna be so emotionally and mentally distraught and overwhelmed. That's not the time to plan. That's the time to execute the plan you have in place. You don't need to worry. Why? Because you have a plan. Now you just know which plan to go with. That's all we're saying. But if you have not planned and however they go, okay.
You sounded like your uncle.
You're not going to be prepared. That's all we're trying to say.
This plan, I got that plan. Let me know what we're doing so I know which plan.
You just got to figure out your plans. That's all we're saying. So don't get caught up. That being said, we really are soaking up these what feel like normal times, okay? Because as far as we know, like this could be the most normal that it is for a while. So we want to encourage as much fun as possible. Make these memories, okay? Turn up responsibly, of course, but really putting your energy into having some positive things to look back on should things go awry 5 or so months from now, okay? In a way that is just remarkably changeable.
Changed.
Going forward.
Yeah.
Changeable. You know what I'm saying. It's the time for making up words. That's what I do though. Changeable. I didn't mean changed. Changeable. Because it's going to be changed. Because it ain't going to be permanently changed. It's going to be changeable. It's going to be in a constant state of flux. That's a different conjugation. It's not changed. Because that would be ED as in finished and permanent. What it's going to be is changeable. It's going to be in a constant state of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That being said, how do we focus on having fun in the midst of uncertainty? Because whether it's this or something else, some uncertain, random, something or other could happen. And you still got to know how to find the fun and the joy despite whatever said external circumstances that may or may not be out of your control or happen.
Because contrary to popular belief, peace and joy is not a luxury. It's not something that only rich people get to have. Only certain people get to have peace and joy and vacations.
It's an unalienable right.
It's a right. You should have that. And it's part of your right to well-being. So I know well-being is under consideration as whether it should be a right or not, but it is.
Humanity is up for interpretation these days. Who's human and who's not.
So that's why we wanted to talk about this. We wanted to be like, okay, what on the day-to-day, on the for real, when we wake up every morning and
all the things is going
on and the things
and not even just the news, your personal thoughts about your life, where you are, what's going on, your interpersonal
where you thought you were going to be,
your finances, your relational things, your kids. There's always something going on top of all the other looming external circumstances and forces that are completely out of your control. You just be trying to get up every day and make it from waking up to getting back in the bed. That's usually my marker. If I'm really not feeling it, I'd be like, if you just get out the bed and keep it pushing, sis, you can make it back here. And then you know that you've successfully made it through the day. Sometimes
this day.
That's all. Listen, after the panini, I'd be like, listen, it would be great to do 20, 11, 50, 1100 things. But if you just do like 2, 3, and you get out the bed and then get back in it, nigga, you won. You winning. You winning.
So, in light of all this,
And find some fun in 2 or 3 things.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. What is your biggest way to have fun and your biggest obstacle to having fun? Like, when you think about it, like,
Are
okay.
you asking me personally?
Yeah, I'm asking you personally. Like, I know I'm going to have fun if this, but what prevents me from having said fun or other kind of fun is this.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not in the mindset for fun. Like, stuff just don't feel fun. Because I feel like fun is not just a thing that you do. Like, it's a mood. Like, so I have to be feeling in the vibe of fun. Or knowing what your fun is. Like, some people, I'm an introvert. So I usually, very rarely does my fun include a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm not the person that gets, extroverts get charged and excited by the crowds and this. I have my moments for that, but it's not gonna be my like norm. Like usually I'm gonna be inside. It's gonna be a comfortable temperature. I'm gonna be with the people I like, not just like the people I tolerate. What? It might be a movie. It might not be. It might not be no talking at all. It might just be music. I might just need to turn on some nostalgia so I can feel personally safe.
Talk about that. What about nostalgia makes you feel personally safe?
Because you remember when things was good. Like, and it might not have really actually been good then, but in your childlike sensibilities and capabilities.
So the feelings that get released in your body are of a good time.
Yeah, when you hear that,
that's that brain
particular song, or watch that movie, or like we all have. I'm a Disney kid, so if you put on mostly any Disney movie, I'll be like, "Whew, okay, I can relax a little bit." Various and sundry messages aside, that now we look back as adults and be like, "Why was they teaching us that?" That's not really the point. We're not thinking with that brain. We're thinking with when I was 8 and I used to put Aladdin on. I used to feel relaxed. My parents wouldn't be bothering me. I wouldn't be bothering them. We just had our own space. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could all, for like 90 minutes, it was me, Aladdin, and Jasmine, and the Boo, and the Genie beating Jafar, and it was a good time. Okay? The video game was great as well. Hard as hell, but a great time. Shout out to all the Super Nintendo Genesis kids. Sega. But yeah, I think there's like a level of like you're trying to wrap yourself in safety of some sort when you do that.
I like that.
I think the prevention of fun is, again, either the vibe. People won't let you have fun.
That's feeling unsafe, the opposite of what you just
constantly
said.
Feeling unsafe. Or, it's just too much outside noise. It's just too much outside noise. That constantly has your like cortisol levels going up, or you're always anxious, or you're super worried, or you're not in a space to like take care of the things that are within your control to take care of, because you're so like wired. Like, I think that's the main thing about like when you feel like you're either depressed or sad, or like something is threatening to you, like it arrests your brain in this paralysis place where you don't even really have the space to problem solve. So either mindfulness or putting yourself in a different environment or doing something fun just gives you the space to unlock from that, to be able to let some different kind of energy in, which I think is what the point of fun and joy and dopamines and endorphins and that kind of thing are, so that you can like shake that. But sometimes I feel like people use it as a drug. Like they just like, I got some friends who like, I'm just finna go run this off. And I'd be like, did it work? Some days it does, and some days it doesn't. But I was like, okay, well, maybe you need to do something else, because that might not have been the thing. But actively making like choices and decisions to try to like shake that stuff up, and get your body and your mind and your energy in a different space. And then sometimes nothing is more fun than, Like back in the day, we used to have slip and slide Sunday. That was fun. I am not at the space where I can slam my body into the ground anymore. But it sounds fun in theory. We used to do super soakers, laser tag, things that make you feel uninhibited and unencumbered by adult foolishness and adult things, I would say.
I'm trying to think. For me, I think when I get overwhelmed, I don't think fun is a luxury, but I think it's something I don't have time for right now.
Because that's what adults think. I don't have time for that. I'm busy being an adult.
Yeah.
But adulting is not fun. I've said it from the beginning. I was like, adulting is trash. I think I'm going to be a trash adult. And people's like, no, you'll love it. It's fun. Lies and deceit. I think you have to find ways.
That's what I'm talking about. What are the ways?
Budgeting fun. Make parenting fun. Make marriage fun. I would say there's a level of, if you try too hard, that maybe there's some things that need to be reevaluated. I'm not trying to come for you. I'm just saying. Because fun things you don't really got to do. You ain't got a lot of kicking. You ain't got to try that hard. It should be, there should be some, when you have the fun, you don't usually work at having fun. You just having fun. But if you got to put this has to be like this, and this has to be that, that's adulting. Don't nobody, that's adulting. Okay.
I don't think I have a lot of fun. Do you? Do you think
I have fun?
I know, but I don't think when I think about it,
I'm not going to tell you about your life, but but I don't think it's just you.
I think a lot of people having fun.
I think a lot of people do not have fun. Don't think they should be having fun. I think they think it's a badge of honor to struggle and problem solve in unhealthy ways and be exhausted and overworked and tired and hate everything about your life and just be wanting to end it all some days because it's just like, if I have to wake up again in this, I don't want to do it. I think a lot of people suffer from that. Honestly, if I'm just being real, I think fun is not, that's for kids. It's
not a high priority, is it?
Kids and pets.
And with the way the world is going, we should be making it a very high priority.
People with no priority. You should be making it a high priority to have fun, because who knows how much more fun you're going to be able to have the way that you want to do it. Because with the way the laws of the land could go, and people have an idea and an agenda of what fun is for them and what they think fun should be for you. See Project 2025 or The Handmaid's Tale. But that aside, because we're not at that part of the movie, in this moment, I really don't think, I think this is a phenomenon and a problem. But go ahead, you were saying you don't think in your life you prioritize fun or have fun.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
I think because I am an adult. You know what I mean?
Like a planner adult.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, I'm like an alpha adult. You know, like some people are adults and they can, whatever, but fun
requires a certain level of spontaneity. And if you are the planner, nigga, there's usually no space for spontaneity. Why? You don't have no cushion room. You done plan. If you wake up at 7, you done plan at 8. I'm starting my day and I'm running till most people stop at 5. Pam's not one of those people. I have looked up and it's been 11, 12 o'clock. And I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? I'm working because it's 12 o'clock. Nobody's up. Nobody cares about whatever this thing is. You sending emails like, no, why are you doing this at midnight?
I did schedule them to send the next day.
Whatever, but you ain't getting no stars for that. You know what I'm saying?
Send them the next day. Granted, I am totally not as bad as I used to be.
There are some
people.
To admit. There are some people who, this is your story, I'm like, granted, there are some people who know I work best at that time. Like, there are some people who I know, like during the pandemic, that was like from 12 to 2. They get up and do all that so they can sleep in though in the morning. They not up till 2 talking about I'm finna get up at 5. For what? Nobody's giving you no badges, no stars. I'm not saying you, but some people do that. They're like, I'm gonna stay up. You either are in one or two camps. You're either the person that gets up super early and go to bed super early. You're either the person that get up late, stay up late, or you're one of the crazy people that just don't believe sleep is a thing.
Burn the candle at both ends.
And then you just be up all the time. Okay. That's unhealthy. I don't think we call it out enough because everybody hustle culture, grind culture, this, that, and third. There might be a season for that of grind hard, but you can't, that's not sustainable. It's not healthy. And it's not fun. Let's be 100. It's not fun. And work should be fun sometimes. You can't just, it's because if it's not fun, you're not going to keep doing it. Let's be honest. Anything you've ever done that wasn't fun. I didn't say it wasn't not hard. I'm not going to say it didn't have its challenges. But at the end of the day, if you was like, I don't like this, it's not fun, I don't see the point, you quit it. You stop doing it. You was like, because it's not fun.
Oh.
So I'm just saying.
I feel like this is part 2 of therapy today.
Whatever. There's nothing wrong with planning. I'm not saying like, I'm a relatively responsible free person. I'm responsible for me. I don't have no kids. I don't have no nigga. I don't have none of that. Ain't got to worry about that stuff. Some of y'all, listen, the planning is saving your life. I'm not going to lie. Y'all got mouths to feed and all kind of other stuff. So I'm not saying be irresponsible. What I'm saying is in your planning, just plan for some spontaneity. Maybe there's like an hour or two during the day or during the week that's not planned for. So you can make time to plan to do something that's fun, that you actually enjoy doing. Not that you have to do, not that needs to be done.
That's the part.
Not that if I don't do it, then it just, okay, then it ain't. As long as no one's going to die from it not getting done. Mm-hmm. Does it matter? Is it really that important?
I was at this restaurant and she had a hat on that said, "But did you die today?"
But did you die today?
I was like, girl, where did you get that hat? I need that. But did you die?
But today? I really think people think that. I really think people think that people would die if you take a nap. Bruh, like they're gonna die. People will die if you don't pay that bill. People will die if you go take a 30-minute walk to clear your head. People will die if you don't make dinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think we just be getting to be too much. And then you don't have fun. There's no space for fun. Everything feels overwhelming. You're tired. You hate your life. But it's really a self-fulfilling prophecy, if I'll say it that way.
All right.
Maybe just take the brakes off a little.
All right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we can take the brakes off.
Take the pressure off.
How we can kind of, for me, I know I need to declutter my mental space. I always have a lot of things circling around in my brain that I'm thinking about. Where does that go? Where does that fit? Where's it going to land? What happens if it doesn't land? What happens? So in order for me to have fun, I really have to turn that all the way down.
But that's a thing that you learned though. That's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying I have to unlearn it. I don't remember when that was. I cannot remember in my life when my brain didn't operate like that.
Trauma.
Well, I know where the trauma comes. You know where it comes. It comes from my mom dying when I was 17. Like once that happened, I don't remember not ever then thinking about next, which is stupid because I couldn't even control that. So I don't know why I think.
And next is really not in your control.
And next is not in your control. But anyway, that's a whole nother Oprah show. And we'll talk about it later. But
2 weeks from now for therapy. We have therapy today. If you couldn't tell.
So, So anyway, trying to declutter my mental mind is really important. So like for me, like when she's talking about watching Aladdin when she was growing up or whatever, I was always doing something else. It's funny now when we watch a movie that she used to watch a lot when she was little.
No, not that I used to watch a lot when I'm little. I still be watching these movies. I'm a student of the game. We will be watching Pocahontas I will be watching Pocahontas for the 5,000th time. And she'll go, I remember this scene.
I never saw that in the movie. Because I was always doing something else or thinking about
something else. First of all, she was asleep. She took us to the movie theaters to see Pocahontas and she was asleep.
Did I?
Yes, you told me you slept. You was like, I just got y'all in here and I went to sleep. This is not us bashing the parents. Sometimes get y'all sleep. Get it where you can.
Sometimes you have
I'm not trying to hate on you. But I'm like, this has been how many years?
A long time.
Like, what happened? That I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But
So anyway, I'm saying that to say I am trying to get to the point where I'm like, this is my time to have no mental distractions if I can help it. Which for me, the one way I started little, and I'm gonna tell people how to start a little bit if it's a problem for you. Like on Sundays, I try not to open my computer. I try not to open my laptop at all on Sundays, which is a big deal for me.
Granted, I ain't been on my laptop in weeks. I think I just started back like last week. But when I opened that thing up, I was like, dang, when was the last time I was even on here?
That causes me.
I be on my phone. Sometimes I'll be on the iPad, but I was like, I don't remember really the last time I opened this up. Like, yeah. And it felt good to be able to be like, good for you. You weren't chained to your computer for the last
power. So I have taken baby steps on Sundays.
Well, good for you.
That's what I.
Strange for Pam.
I try not to open my computer, which means now just because I don't open my computer, I still have to actively think of something fun to do. Because just because I'm not on there doesn't mean that my brain, doesn't go whatever. So I'm trying to plan more like, okay, on Sundays after church, and church is usually fun. I usually have a good time at church. So then after that, though, I'm trying to plan something else fun to do. Like this week, we're going to Inside Out 2. We've already planned that. I know. I'm gonna get to it.
Exactly.
Because the last
we
time
to go see Quiet Place last
and we
Sunday,
were in the front row.
We was in the front. Me and the homie moved though. We was like,
I did move. When we came to look for you, we couldn't find
you. Seats right there. If them people ain't there, we stopped for the first 10 minutes. He was like, let's move.
Okay, but here's for free. I didn't like Quiet Place, but we could talk about that another time.
Yeah, Peter Pete. It wasn't that I didn't like the performances. There was just some Black female tropes that we were like, girl, what?
You gotta save the whole world. You got sacrifice for the whole. Anyway,
you gotta save the white man. That's really
no. Anyway, never mind. We're not gonna go down that. But anyway, we went to the movies last week. I'm planning to go to the movies this week, so I'm trying to push the fun in there. In the mornings, I have made it a practice really since I started going to physical therapy, but a little bit before that. I really do my stretches in the morning. That's not necessarily fun.
It's necessary.
But it's necessary. It brings me joy for my body to be able to move more. It brings me peace because I'm quiet when I'm doing that. I don't just jump up and get going in my day. I do my stretches and then I have a routine for the morning that helps me to get, I kind of think, peaceful and joy. I know you have a routine like yours.
Absolutely.
Yours is.
I missed it today, so that's probably why I feel a little off, but it's whatever. We'll cover.
Yeah.
In various ways.
Yeah.
My friends get mad at me about this, but my phone is always on silent. They be like, why is your phone always on silent? I was like, I don't like the dings. The dings make me anxious because all day, Gmail, Instagram, Facebook, ding, ding, text messages, ding, ding. If I get up in the morning, I will get up just to turn the phone on silent because of the ding dinging. And throughout the day, it just gives me anxiety to be like, I'm that accessible. People don't even really be checking for me like that. It's the apps that be checking for me. And I just be like, I don't want to be a part of that. And my friends get mad at me, but they'll live. That's part of the fun for me is not to be attached to the dings. Okay. If it was money dings, I'd be very happy about that. That would be a dopamine.
Sometimes they are money dings.
Every now and then they're money dings.
They could be money dings.
It's not enough for me to keep the phone on. Okay. It's not enough for me to risk disturbing my peace daily. But I'd be checking. I'd be like, let me check the phone real quick. But them dings, I can't. It's annoying.
How do you add fun into your daily routine? What do you do? Some people say, oh, I like to dance. I turn on the music and I really dance a lot, or I go for a walk in nature. I look at things, I take pictures, I do, or, I paint, I draw, I doodle, I have sketchbook. Are there any things like that you can think of that you do on a regular? I used to color, but I stopped coloring. Coloring was fun for me. I'm going to pick that back up.
I like the color too. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the coloring. I think I need it.
I'll be doing dumb stuff. I play Bejeweled. the Not Like Us game. I really want it to be an app. So I literally just said this. I was like, oh, I want the Not Like Us game to be an app. So I just play it on my phone because it's mindless. Because fun for me consists of a lot of thinking, unfortunately, or like consuming thought. So like,
wait, not having fun or fun?
No, fun for me usually is made up of some sort of like thinking. I'm either I'm thinking or I'm collecting thoughts from other people. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, or I watch a lot of YouTube videos, or I'm like investigating different stories or documentaries or TV shows. Like I'm usually like not, it doesn't always have to be my own thoughts because those can get stressful. But I'm always trying to like do a swath of like wide ranging ideologies of things. So that's usually fun. I'm trying to give it about walking just 30 minutes a day, just because my body needs the movement. And like when I got really, really overwhelmed last week thinking about a lot of stuff, I just like left the house and just left, like got it and just started walking. Sometimes I just listen to music, sometimes I listen to podcasts. It just really depends. Sometimes I just be quiet. That's fun for me too. Sometimes to just be like, just shut out everything and everyone and just be still and quiet.
I was in the hotel over the weekend for work, and I did that. Like I didn't turn very
few things on.
Very few things on. I did try to watch a movie one night, and I am, for me, watching a movie is sitting down to literally watch a movie and not be doing anything else. That's a big commitment for me.
Now you can understand where we clash, because that's pretty much a lot of what I do.
It's
just for
big commitment for me.
My own
just
thing,
sit
but
down
also
and do nothing
industry.
And watch something.
So watching a movie where I'm very invested and she's not, and then she go back. Wait, I missed it. I'm like, girl, I have allotted exactly 2 hours for this. I'm not about to spend 3 hours because you decided that if you're going to do something else, don't watch it. Just go back and watch it later. Don't be like, but you're watching it without me, because you're not focused and committed. And I don't want to have to go back, because you're going to be like, for the experience of us having it together, then you should have been involved and engaged when I was involved and engaged. We're not about to go back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, I try to have fun watching a movie sometimes. That's
by herself. That's what I will say.
Which I did this weekend in the hotel.
I'd be like, girl.
Jennifer Lopez is not my favorite singer, but I pretty much love any movie Jennifer Lopez is in.
Not that Atlas, though.
Oh no, not that one. I'm talking about the old ones, like Enough, The Wedding Plan. If those come on, I'm like, oh, that's a good time. I'm gonna sit here and I'm have fun and I'm watch that. So I did watch 1 or 2 of those. But the fun is important. Why? We've talked about it. Why it's important, because it's not just, oh, I'm out having a good time. Oh, I'm posting pictures. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, my likes are going up. This, that, and the other. But it's about maintaining our mental and emotional health. There's some basic psychological needs that we all have in order to stay healthy, in order to maintain our emotional and mental well-being. And when you actually take the time to focus in on that joy, then you're reducing your stress levels. You're actually boosting your immune system. Drinking the tea is boosting the immune system and all that too. There's, things, supplements that you take, but from the inside out, as they say, when you have that joy on the inside, it boosts your immune system. It improves your relationships, of course, and then it can increase your productivity, which for some people is not a big deal. But for those of us who be on the productivity train, productivity is fun. Like for me,
maybe a little excessive.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where if I check off 3 things, if I do less, I did get it from you. I'm about to give you credit for it. I'm getting to the point where if I can do the 3 thing check off as opposed to the 10 that I used to have on my list, I'm trying to get to the point where that brings me satisfaction and that brings me joy and that brings me peace that I did the 3 things. Like I have 3 things today. This is the second one. I have one more that has to be done today. Now, there are a couple of, if I slide them in, good, this, that, and the other, I'll feel better about it. But of the 3 that had to be done today, I'm on the second one. I have one more to do. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of a good day. So that not being productive increases my stress level, if that makes sense. So when I'm not productive, my stress and that anxiety goes up. So I have to balance it between being overly stressed and being enough so that I don't become anxious about it, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little unhealthy in my mind, but whatever. I'm not here to judge. I was just,
oh Lord.
I don't know
Anyway,
what I'm doing either. So
anyway, I try to make a habit of it. I try to stay consistent, and like I said, I started small with that.
mhm.
No computer on Sunday. Know this, know that. Watch the movie, sit down and actually watch it. My husband's love language is quality time. So, oh my God, if I sit down and watch a
Yeah, girl,
whole
if she
movie
told me
on
one
the
more
sofa,
time that Jason Statham, the beekeeper, I said, girl, you was watching Beekeeper. It was really good. I was like, oh, that's your old man's quality time, I guess. Like, I was like, the beekeeper.
So anyway,
All right.
And of course, if you're married, trying to find a movie that both of you enjoy at the same time can be a little challenging sometimes, but it was a good time.
Know anything about that life? Cool for y'all.
And sometimes you don't have a lot of time for joy. You got to work it in. Like when I was doing my physical therapy, the guy said, just kind of work it in during your day. If you're washing dishes or whatever, do your heel raises or do your kickouts or whatever while you're kind of doing something else. So it's kind of like you have to fill the joy bucket where you can, when you can. Interestingly enough, I'm the researcher on the IG and all the things or whatever, and I came across a list that this girl had called Joyful in July. And it was really interesting. Once I started looking at it, I was like, you know what? I do a lot of these already.
Oh, sorry. For those of y'all who are listening, if you go to the YouTube video, we have the list actually up in the video. But
Yes.
We'll also say the link and put the link up where you can find it if you're listening. But go ahead.
I love this girl. Her name's Amanda Hilton. And
as in the hotels?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the hotels. And her website is The Simply Well, and she has a lot of really good.
So thesimplywell.com. TheSimplyWell.com. All one word for those listening. One more time. The Simply Well. So TheSimplyWell.com. If you want to check out Amanda, what's her name?
Hilton.
Amanda Hilton and this Joyful July list. But go ahead.
So she has a lot of other resources on there as well. But what I found, and you go through the internet and things pop up and you go, oh, that might, resonate with me. And then you go on and you go, no, it doesn't resonate with me well. But this particular person, I find looking and reading at her stuff, a lot of it resonates with my values and what the things that I think are important. So it was funny when, we were talking about joy in July that I happened, the internet be listening. So this happened to pop up in my Instagram feed. And I was like, I like that. So for example, just pick one that that you do.
Take a walk in nature to clear your mind and notice the little details.
Right. So easy enough to do that.
I also do the next one, which is listen to your favorite song, really taking in the lyrics, melodies, and emotions all the time.
Yeah. Have a tech-free hour. That's what I was saying about on Sundays.
But
my
read
computer
the rest of it.
To reconnect with yourself without distraction.
So have a tech-free hour to reconnect with yourself without distraction.
Yeah. Visit a local park.
I visit a local park sometimes.
People watch. I do enjoy people watching. It says visit a local park and people watch for 30 minutes. I do enjoy people watching. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a park, but when I'm out somewhere, I enjoy that?
I think I do these text ones. Send a text message to someone you admire, expressing why you admire them. I don't do that every day, but sometimes. Send a text message to someone you love, sharing why you're grateful for them. I do that sometimes. Do a 5-minute guided meditation. Mine are usually 10, and that's pretty standard. So you can search for them on YouTube.
Let's see what this one is.
Oh, take a photo of something beautiful you notice during the day. I do that sometimes.
Enjoy the process of cooking and eating a homemade meal. Once every 3 weeks, that is joyful for me. What is more joyful for me is going to a restaurant and having somebody bring me some food. I'm not going to lie.
That part.
That is, if you want to make me happy, just say, do you want to go out and have a cup of coffee? Do you want to go out and have a cup of tea? I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be expensive. I don't have to go to Ruth Chris. I don't have to go. I just like sitting down, sitting across the table from somebody, having a conversation. Brings me so much joy. So much joy. That's not on her list, but it's definitely on mine.
Let me see what else. This is the second page. Do one small thing that takes you out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna do that today. Pam wants some free.
Tell the people what you're gonna do. I'm so excited.
A comedy class ticket. If you are in the LA area, you know Flappers is a very popular comedy club, so they do a class. So Pam wanted a ticket. She can't go, so I'm gonna go. People have been telling me, "Oh, you're so funny, you're so funny," and I'd be like, "I'm not. I don't consider myself funny. I'm a person who shares my thoughts, and you just happen to think that they're funny. But I am not. I have a lot of respect for comedians. Like I have a lot of respect for the craft of comedy. So we'll see. So I'll be doing that today. I don't know that I do that regularly, but you know, every now and then I do something outside of my comfort zone.
It's gonna be fun. I want to hear about it. I mean, you know, I think it's something fun. Mm-hmm. That you wouldn't normally do. So it's a fun.
Oh, I will report back.
This one, take a moment to stretch in bed before getting up. Pay attention to how your body feels as you wake up. Listen, that is joyful, but at my stage of life, it is necessary because if I don't do it, it's going to be really hard for me to get up and move around. So it brings me joy to get up and do all my stretches. And when I first get up, this is probably TMI, but when I first get up and go to the bathroom, usually there are aches and pains in a lot of different places. But after I come back and I do my stretches, usually they're 90% gone. So that 5 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now that has become an immense place of joy for me, is to see how I can get my body to cooperate with what I want to do.
Reflect on the highs and lows every day for a few minutes before bed, acknowledging one positive thing that happened and one lesson learned. I think I do that.
Yeah,
for the most part. Sometimes it'd be more lows, and I just go to sleep in the lows more than the highs. But I definitely try to wake up for sure every day in gratitude and doing something. I definitely do listen to an inspiring podcast episode while taking a leisurely walk. Definitely do that one. But yeah.
Mindful shower. I'm the queen of the mindful shower. Our water bill reflects this sometimes.
Did you read it?
Yes. Enjoy a mindful shower, feeling the water on your skin and the sense of your soap or shampoo. Very happy place for me is a mindful shower. As a matter of fact, my favorite experience at the spa, this is going to sound a little entitled and privileged and all that, I'm just telling you what brings me joy and fun, is to have a Vichy shower at the spa.
Explain the Vichy shower for those of us not bougie enough or paid enough to have experienced it yet.
So the Vichy shower is when you're on a table and there are overhead, basically sprinklers that are coming down on you while you're getting a massage. So you're getting a massage, but the whole time you're getting the massage, for the most part, there's just water running down on you as the masseuse is scrubbing, working, getting the kinks out, and the water is part of that experience. So To me, that's the most mindful shower
It's the bougie shower
you could ever have.
Set an intention for the morning that highlights how you want to feel throughout the day. Definitely do that most days if it's part of a prompt. But just also, yeah, we're getting better about setting an intention for the day. So I feel like things are not just happening to me, but happening for me. So yeah, man.
This one is funny, but I do it. Pay close attention to the sensations while brushing your teeth, noticing the taste of the toothpaste and the feeling of cleanliness it offers. I love Listerine.
She does. We will take an affiliate from them as well.
I have a big bottle of Listerine like this on my counter all the time, and if I don't have it, I feel like something is desperately missing in my life. So I love that sensation, the burning, the tingling, the whatever, the getting all
She's a
the
crazy person, really.
things out of your mouth that you feel like don't belong out of your throat. I love that sensation.
I love my mouth to burn. That's pretty much what she said.
It brings me joy. And then the tea, the coffee.
Savor a cup of tea or coffee, noticing everything about the experience from preparing the drink to consuming it. I do this a lot with the rise tea, the matcha, green tea. We will take an affiliate link from y'all as well in exchange for free rise. Let me be very clear.
They have an affiliate link.
Very clear.
You just better get everybody on there talking about the rise.
Okay, well, put your girl on.
We just talked about the nettle.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little donut shop around the corner from me.
She'd be crazy if she don't get the daggone.
That lady makes the best latte. And it only costs $3.50 instead of $7 like Starbucks. And there are just some days nothing else will do for me.
Like she becomes like, you know how little kids, like if you don't give them their sippy cup, they get mad. Like it's a definite attitudinal shift if she don't have the coffee or the lady's son is there and he don't make the coffee right. See what I'm saying? A visceral reaction. Anywho,
it's so rude.
Whatever.
Because I want to say, I have gone in there, and if he's there, I just don't even get it. Because the lady, her husband doesn't make it that well, and her son doesn't make it that well.
It's a gift that only she can give.
Only she can give. And it brings me joy and peace for whatever is on my agenda for the day. If I have that little cup right there to get it going, it's very peaceful and joyful for me.
See, just got to lean into what brings you joy, fun, pleasure, etc. We're actually going to be having fun this weekend. Well, I will. I don't know if you're going to make it, but it's my homegirl, Millie's birthday. So we're going to be out here at the beach, which I really haven't done a lot of this summer like I thought I was going to, but it's okay. So that's going to be something fun to do.
And your dog babysitting? Are you taking the dog to the beach?
Babysitting, yes. I asked yesterday.
Okay, good.
So I'm babysitting my dog nephew. He brings me a lot of joy.
I'm going to have fun because we have Vacation Bible School at church, and I'm a Sunday school teacher of more than 30 years, and I love Vacation Bible School. So we haven't had one ever at our church, at this particular church. So this is the first one. We're all very excited. We're going to have a lot of fun, and that is going to bring me a great deal of joy. Yeah. And then I plan for fun for Sunday afternoon for the movie. So
Sunday afternoon is going to be very jam-packed. And the week, I got a trip after that. Like there's just literally, I sat down with my friends last night and we was like, okay, there's a list of events coming up in the next week. So let me put it in my calendar, send it to you, and then we're all doing it. But it's in our attempt to have more fun. So again, if y'all want to check out that list, just go to thesimplywell.com for all those 31 things to see if you're already doing them, or if you heard something that'd be like, that would be cool. You'll just have the list at your disposal and sign up for that girl stuff. We don't know her personally, but she gave us some good information. So
it resonated with my heart. So I'm trying to share it on to you. You share it on to the people you know and love, and let's try to be emotionally healthy and take the steps we need to take to get through this next 6 months and
whatever. Yeah, and then I'm going to North Carolina next weekend, which is going to be fun to do some SBT things on behalf of SBT. So I'll be around a lot of
Support Black people.
Black
It's
theater
the
people.
National Black Arts Festival, which is amazing. If you've never been,
I've never been.
try to get there. It
Should be a
is
good time.
all things artistic, all things theater, all things creative, Black people. So it's going to be
Y'all
amazing.
pray for me though, because I'm
It's
not
in the
ready
Carolinas.
for the Carolinas, but also the heat. I don't know what that's going to be like. I'm not excited about that part, but I am excited to be around Black people and celebrating art. So it's going to be good.
We're going to do it. All right.
I think
we're
that's
good.
I think that's it. I think we don't have anything to add. We've given you
Let us know what you're doing
a
for
little
fun
list
in the summer.
Some of the things
Some
we're
of the
working
things
through.
you're doing for joy. Put them in the chat. Let the people know.
But literally, soak in this next 5 months. Do it big, because if you live in the Americas,
Do it muy grande.
muy grande. If you live in the Americas, okay, this could be the last hurrah of a semblance of normalcy and whatever this particular iteration of life looks like for us. So we should live it up. We should enjoy.
You deserve
every
joy and
single-
peace, so go get it while you can get it.
Joy, peace, pleasure,
Fun, all
the
the
things.
things.
Until whatever will be. Anywho, we'll be back
Next
Thursday. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I was going to be here or not. Either way, I think I'll be here. Either way, we'll be here with something for you. But you ain't gonna know if you are not subscribed on YouTube, following us on IG, Facebook, fan base. We're at Create Generational Wellness on all of the platforms. Again, we need to get 100 followers on our at Create Generational Wellness Facebook page in order to start going live there again. So if you are in the Facebook community, like, what happened to the lives? Meta changed up on us yet again. You know, Mark and friends, they be changing up. So we look forward to being back on Facebook Live. But in the meantime, always come hang out with us on the YouTubes or there, and subscribe there as well. Please, please, please. With that, we will bid you adieu, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good one.